Welcome back everyone to more of our custom career mode and career experience. And in today's video, we're going to get the new season started in all three of our series. We've got a Cup series, we've got super late models, and of course, we've got the midgets. We're going to get the new season started in all three, but of course, we got a lot of work to do in the DIRT Midgets because it's time to expand. Here on the home screen, we have a little over $2.5 million, and actually that number has changed a little bit since our last video, and we'll get to exactly why that happened here shortly. But if we hop over to Series 1, which is our NASCAR Cup Series, this is where we have, well, everyone's favorite driver is going to be in here, so we need to add him first and foremost. So to do that, we come over to the drivers for hire, and we're going to add ourselves. So we're going to reach and grab that. We're going to come back over to series number 1, and we're going to drop that in there. Now, you notice that we have a driver salary. I am not going to be using that in this column. And the reason I'm not is because, well, it's us. We own the team. We're driving for the team. There's no reason for us to pay ourselves a salary. And also, it would probably mean we're running the team at a loss if we were going to do that, because you can see we were not making very much money except for in some of the special events and crown jewels. So we would be operating the team at a loss if we had to pay a driver. So we're going to add our name over here, but basically it's just a placeholder. As soon as we work some of the other drivers up into this series, we'll be removing ourselves and we will be moving on to greener pastures as a team owner. But for right now, we have that all set. I've also loaded in our schedule. Now our schedule for the Cup Series is abbreviated because remember, we only own one chassis right now. We don't own multiple chassis for multiple types of tracks. So we have an abbreviated schedule, and there you see a total of 16 races, but we will not get any points money at the end of the season because we're only running a partial schedule. So that's really going to hurt the amount of money we can ultimately earn because there is a lot of money on the line from participating in a full season championship. Next, if we move over to series number 5, which is our super late model program, this is why our money is different than when we were last together. And it's because I went through some of these races that we simulated toward the end, but didn't have enough time to really add any damage. And I did exactly that. As you can see, 50% is a huge amount of damage, but I used the random damage over here to the side. And unfortunately, it was not in our favor. We didn't get any 25% here in the last few. So it cost us some serious money, nearly 100 grand over the last few times we had damage. So that's why our money is a little bit less than we were back when we were last together. And I've added in our new schedule, a total of 20 races. And for those of you who have watched the overview videos for version 2.0, you'll know that these are from the sample schedules that are included with the career experience. All of the entries in red, these are crown jewel events. They pay more. The ones in blue, well, these are special events. They don't pay quite as much as the crown jewels, but they do pay more than the standard events. And I've left them as red and blue just so that they easily stand out as to which ones are special events because we need the extra money. All right, so now that we're ready to go there, then we head over to the midgets. And this is where we're going to spend the bulk of our time today because we need to do some expansion. Also, let's talk about the schedule. For dirt racing, it's a 50 race schedule, which means that at the end of the season, we're going to have some championship money. So we're going to go ahead and add that to the bottom so that we don't forget when we get there. Now, we're not going to get there today, but we will get there eventually within the next probably few videos, depending on how much time it takes to make all this happen. All right, so let's hop back over real quick to our home screen. So we've got 2.5 million. Now, what are we going to do with that 2.5 million? And I can tell you it was very tempting to use it to upgrade our marketing level because that would allow us to make quite a bit more money in the Cup Series, but I'm holding off because we're working on the midgets right now. And for the midgets, we need to expand to a 3-car team. We also are going to need to do some driver training with our new drivers. So if we hop back over and we scroll over to the right, we've had our list. We've got a plan. We know exactly who we want to hire. And these are our 3 drivers. Now, we could always hire a 4th. In fact, there's another female available on the roster that we could hire. But right now, we're sticking with the 3 because that was our plan. So we're going to get these hired. We need to purchase some things. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Remember, $2.5 million, and we should be plenty fine on everything we need to purchase. The question will become, do we have enough for all of the driver training that I want to do? These guys right now, of course, Kaylee Bryson, we've already done driver training on her. She's at the max level for a midget driver. But Jade and Taylor, not so much. We need to do some work on them. So let's finish up our purchases so that everybody's got a chassis to work with. Good thing about the midgets, we can get by with just one chassis. In real life, I'm sure they have multiple chassis specializing in certain types of tracks, but here I don't really see any need to do that. So now that brings our series investment to a bit over $1 million, which means we come back over. Okay, we're still at 1.7. So I think we're going to be okay. So now let's actually, first things first here, let's go ahead and sign our drivers. All right, that way we get their salary in there, and then it's time to do some upgrades. So we're going to scroll over just a little bit to get to driver training, and we need to find Jade and Taylor. And the good news is they're very close to Kaylee. So we've got Jade right here. We'll go ahead and take care of her first. So we need to scroll across. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to scroll across until we reach 26 to 30, since that's where we are right now in the midgets. It also makes things a little bit easier to line up. So since Jade is a level 30, she needs to start with 29, and we need to purchase that. And then we're going to purchase all 4 of these to get her to a level 26. I'm going to now do the same thing for Taylor. And then we're going to head back to the home screen, and we're going to see if we indeed had enough money or if I'm going to need to back off of some of these purchases. Because I am not doing the math in my head. You could very easily do so because the numbers are right up here, and I think we're going to be fine, but you just never know. All right, so that takes care of those. All 3 of our drivers are now level 26, so the question becomes, seriously? So now look at our driver investment, $223,000. That is no small sum of money, and we're just getting started. That money is going to be well into the millions by the time we get to the Cup Series with these drivers. So we still have 1.5 million. Now that brings me to an interesting set of circumstances. I really want this upgrade because if we hop back over to Series 1, I really want to do it because we were only making low to mid 20s per race, again, that were standard races and not special events. So if we were to upgrade our marketing level, that would at least double that, if not a chance for much higher than that, depending on our random draw. But I am trying my best to hold off on getting any more investors, at least for now. I would prefer not to have to do any more investors ever, but something tells me that's probably not going to be a very feasible solution if we want to run through this career with any, shall we say, interest and any amount of hurry to get through here. So now that everything is set up, we've got our drivers. Now, one last thing that we need to do with our drivers is we're going to need to add them to our series relative performance screen now that we've hired a couple more. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little copy paste for these guys. And let's see, we need to find our DIRT Midget program right down here at the bottom. I'm going to paste these in here. And now that we have a 3-car operation, I'm going to do the same thing for our team. And now we're all set. Also going to carry down our relative performance upgrades. I mean, we purchased them. We are certainly going to want to take advantage of them for all three of our teams. And as a final touch, let's take a look. Where are we on the tiers? All three are tier 1s. So everything is in place for today. Now, we're just going to need to simulate some races and see how much money that we're going to make. So if we hop back over to simulated, oh wait, one more thing that I don't think I've done. I might have, but I don't remember doing it. Come over to the Cup Series. Yes, I've already added us as the driver. Okay. All right, good. So I wanted to make sure that we got our driver in there. And of course, we are not doing ourselves any favor with having a tier 5 driver here, but that's okay. That's okay. For right now, that's not a huge deal. All right, so as we hop back to our simulated seasons, we need to blank some things out. We need to clear our race results. First, on the superlates, so let's go ahead and get rid of those. We're starting a brand new season. We need to clear those results out of here. Same thing with the midgets. We'll get rid of those. And let's get started with the Cup Series. So remember, we're only doing, 16 races? Yes, a total of 16 races. So we're going to simulate 16 races here instead of a full season. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Once again, we are at 90%. So if things look smaller on the font, that's because they are just trying to fit everything on the screen at one time. All right, so I am not expecting us to have good finishes at all. In fact, I would be shocked if we have very many finishes inside the top 30. Right now, you see we're 30th and 27. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and highlight that row so that you can easily see where these finishes are going into. So a couple of 30th place finishes, a 27th, 30 again. Well, we're really into those 30s. 38. Now, for this reason, because we are a bottom tier team in this series, we're not going to do any damage modifiers because obviously we're expecting to finish at the bottom. So it doesn't make sense for us to generate any damage based on our finish here. So you can see, I mean, 38, 35, 39, none of these are good finishes, but it is to be expected. Now, right now, as painful as this is, 25th. Now, we'll certainly take that. Hopefully, that is one of the special events. Okay, 35th. So our best finish of the first 10 races is a 25th. We got a 27th, and everything else is in the 30s. So let's go ahead and grab that. We're going to do this 10 races at a time. So we're going to copy that. We're going to head back over to Series 1, and we're going to do race finish, and I am going to use the script. Again, for those of you who have seen the overview videos, particularly the third one for version 2.0, you'll know what I'm referring to when I talk about the script. So that leaves us with a few races remaining there, but we need to make sure of any housekeeping that we need to take care of here. Looks like we're good on sponsors. In fact, we're going to be good on sponsors all the way through the end of the season. So that's going to save us a little time there. We already talked about the driver's salary and the damage. We're not using that. So what kind of money are we getting here? We are getting, about 30. We're in the 30s, back into the 20s, depending on our finishes. But then we've got some of those special events and crown jewel events, which are really helping our overall money. Okay, not bad at all. Come back over to the home screen, 2.1 million. Okay, I'll take that. We're going in the right direction, and that's what these seasons are all about right now, trying to give us the money we need to expand our team operations, no matter what series we're talking about. But I have to tell you, I've got my eye on this level 13 here, and I'm hoping we earn enough money that at the end of this season, we can talk about maybe moving some midget drivers up into the DIRT late models, and then also making this. So just so you'll have an idea of exactly what I'm thinking. So let's head back over to the simulated seasons, and let's do a few more of these simulations. I'm going to move right to where we can get the last ones, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight those so you guys can easily pick that out as the new finishes drop in. So a 37th, 34th, boy, you can tell we're a tier 5. Yikes, 38, 31. Are we going to get out of the 30s for the Cup Series? 25th. That matches our best finish of the season. And a 32nd. Okay, not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and refresh my copy paste here just to be sure we don't get anything we don't want. Back over to Series 1. And let's press that button again. Wait, how did we not get? Wait, go back. Go back here. Let's just do this from number 1 because I got a feeling that I just messed that up. Because of course I did. So let's go back over to Simulated Seasons. I believe I did, and I'm sure you guys are probably shaking your head right now knowing that, yeah, you did. You messed it up. So I didn't pick up on it. But again, my brain was trying to think a step or two ahead, and that usually gets me in trouble. So let's go ahead and drop in right here. And there we go. Sure enough, I messed it up. All right, so now that finishes off this season. Again, no points because it was a partial schedule for us. We've still got Etsy for another race or two. Everything else is looking good. Okay, I like it. I like it. Hop back over to the home screen. And let's see, 2.4 million. Excellent. That is a great start. And it is exactly what we needed. Now we head over to series number 5. And here we need 20 races, which will be a full season. So we're going to go ahead and drop the championship in there. So we'll go ahead and do all 20 of these races. And let's go ahead and drop the cursor right there. Okay, we're going to leave these results in there for the time being for the Cup. And so now let's find our super late models. All right, here we go. So no changes there. So we're still in very good shape. Poor Carson Quapple, he did not have a good season last time, or at least the partial season that we were running. So hopefully he has a little bit better results this time around. All right, so remember, 20 races is a full season for us here. So let's get started. Stephen Nasse with the 3rd place finish at the very beginning. Nice, I like that. Oh, a 3rd place finish there for Bubba Pollard. So not to be outdone. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and highlight the top row so you can see that, and below is where we are focused. A 2nd place finish for Bubba Pollard, who is just as consistent as he can be. Now, unfortunately, Carson Quapple is having a miserable time right now. 37th, a 31st. Oof. No thank you. He is not enjoying his time. Meanwhile, now Stephen Nasse, a terrible finish. Sammy Smith jumping up there. I mean, we just want some consistency. That would be nice. So let's grab these first 10 races. Oh, okay. Look at Sammy Smith at the bottom here. Let's go ahead and generate this last one, and then we'll talk about it. Look at these finishes. Look at all of the top 5s. The first race of the season was not good for him. We're going to have some damage from race number 1. But look at all of these top 5 finishes. There's a reason why he's 5th in points right now. It would be nice if we had a few wins, but right now Bubba Pollard has our only victory. Bubba Pollard sitting in 6th, 9th for Stephen Nasse. Unfortunately, Carson Quapple 20th. Now, because he's a tier 2, I'm not expecting him to run as well as these other drivers who are tier 1, but 20th is not what we're looking for. I was hoping somewhere between 11th and about 15th would have been reasonable. But yeah, that's just, that is not helping his cause. Right now, Sammy Smith is making a strong case to move up to the next series. As well as Bubba Pollard, but because of real world situation, we're not going to be moving him up unless I change my mind. You just never know. All right, so 10 races here. So let's go ahead and grab these. And this time around, let's see if maybe I don't make the same mistakes that I made with the Cup Series. All right, let's go ahead and drop these in. And we need to do some damage. So teams 3 and 4. Let's go ahead and scroll across. Oh, this is going to be painful. All right, let's go ahead and grab our driver's salary. We'll go ahead and fill that in while we're here. And then, all right, so we had teams 3 and 4. So what do we have? Oh, thank goodness. They're both 1s. Woo, okay. All right, so we just come out with a total of 50% there. All right. So that takes care of that. The next one is, all right, we got Team 2, a terrible finish there. Team 2, terrible finish. Let's go ahead and drop that right there. Team 2, oh, the luck is on our side. When I first saw it, I thought that we were going to be looking at a 3, but nope, just a 25% there. All right, so far, if you have to have damage, it's going about as well as it can for us on the random draws. All right, so we need, in fact, we're going to do both of these. So we'll do race number 4 and 5. Yikes, this is just... we're getting way too much of this. Then I see we're going to have race 8 off. Yeah, this is going to cost us some money. All right, so race 4 and 5, which is going to be, I believe, right here. Is that right? I've lost track of where I'm at. All right, we need to go up 1. Nope, we've already got that one. Okay, yep, I've definitely lost track of where I'm at. In fact, I'm backtracking too far in some cases. So where we need to be, the one we just did is line 42. Okay, good. So we've already taken care of all of that. So now we just have one more, and that is Anderson Speedway on line 45. Yeah, so easy for me to get myself lost here. All right, that's team 1. Oh, ouch. Ouch. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, so there goes 60 grand, and that generates a loss for that particular event. I told you, bad finishes are no good. And they are no joke. They will cost you a tremendous amount of money. All right, so I think we're good. In fact, I might have even doubled up on some of these because I got to going too far back up. But if we did, then so be it. I should have been paying more attention, I guess, to save us some money. All right, so that's the first 10 races. Now, I want to go ahead and finish out the season. So we're going to do the last 10 races. And hopefully I can keep things straight this time around. All right, so now let's move things forward. And let's go through race 20. So again, we're looking at the shaded area and below. So let's generate some finishes. Let's look for some more victories and top 5s. That's what we need. All right, you notice Bubba Pollard here moves up into the top 5 in points with a 5th place finish. And look at Carson Quapple. This man is costing us money. He is costing us serious money. But I am not changing anything right now because he's the only one. All right, so we'll do our random adjustment at the very end of the 20 races here. With so much going on, I simply forgot. Look at Bubba Pollard costing us money here. His string of consistency finally caught up to him. I mean, look at all of these top 5s and great finishes. But then, of course, you throw in a few bad finishes here and there. So not fantastic. All right, the final race. Woo! Okay, before we deal with the points, which I think actually turned out much better as I take a peek over here at the season standing, we need to first grab these race results and deal with damage, how much money did we make, and all of that, and then we'll come back to the points. All right, so first things first, and then of course we need to do some work over here as well. So we'll grab that, and I'll hit the magic button, and sure enough, there we go. Okay, so now we are dealing with 48 and below. We have Team 3 right here. I'm going to leave this open right now because that's going to help me. Team 3, oh, 75%. Come on now. This is just not helping us at all. I mean, this is, you can see, I mean, that's basically break even for that particular race. All right, so no fun. No fun for us there. All right, where's our next one? We've got line 50, Team 2. Jeez. Can we get better luck this time? Team 2 is a 1. Okay. Okay, I can live with that. I mean, I would just prefer, quite frankly, not to have bad finishes at all, but if you've got to, oh, we got one right here. So Team 4. Right there. So let's find out. Team 4 as we scroll 3. Ouch. No favors. This random draw is doing me. Oh my goodness. Now we got another one. Okay. Y'all, we got to start doing better than this. This is no good. This is way too much money that we're spending. All right, so Team 1. So Bubba Pollard cost us some money here. So what do we get? As we scroll over, whew, okay, 25%. All right, let's get back over here. Okay. Who's next? Because I feel like every race now we're doing it. Oh, and we are at every race. Now it's Team 3. Everybody's just chipping in and costing us money now. Welcome to owning a real race team. All right, Team 3, I almost hate to scroll, 1s across the board that time, so it wouldn't have mattered which team it was. Okay, can we please be done? Can we be done? Almost. We got one more. The final race of the year, and it was not kind. Bubba Pollard, yes, he loved it. Finished 3rd in the All-American 400. At the Nashville Fairgrounds, but yeah, this just, Stephen Nasse did not have fun. All right, so that's Team 2. So let's grab that. Team 2, ooh, got lucky there, 25%. Okay, and because that was a crown jewel, we definitely still made some money there, but yeah, that's not good. Now, you'll notice that some of these numbers are out of whack, and that's because we need to come back and we need to do some things here with our sponsors. But first, let's go grab our championship numbers. And let's see how we ended the season. So we have Bubba Pollard in 4th, Sammy Smith in 5th. Again, Sammy Smith making a strong bid to move up to the next series when it's time. Stephen Nasse in 12th. That is not what we're looking for. I was looking for somewhere in the top 8 since he's a tier 1. So that is not a good season for Nasse. Now, Carson Kvapil, comeback story. Because he was not doing well, but top 16 is what I was looking for from a tier 2 team. And yeah, 15th, just slid in there, so not terrible. He definitely made a comeback in this second half of the season. You can see, I mean, there's 7th, 10th, 6th, 10th. I mean, we're seeing some good finishes here. All right, so where did we ultimately finish? We got 4, 12, 15, and 5. So let's go ahead and drop those in there. And this will be some very nice money at the end of the season for championships. Now remember, championships are all based on the cup payout, or as best I can estimate, the payout. So that's where these numbers come from, and it's intended to be a larger number because, well, it's your consistency over a full season. So it deserves a good payout. So now let's move across and let's get some sponsorships so that we can ultimately see how much money we made this year. All right, so Team 1 needs a sponsor, and I feel like I need to talk to it like no whammies and stop. Give me some good money. That's what we need. All right, we need to pick up another one. So Amazon coming there with 42,000. But if you look around, I mean, 47,000, 45, that's what we're looking for. 49 works. And not only is it 49,000, it's for 18 races. So as we continue on, we're going to have a nice sponsor there as well. Okay, yep, that's the new standard. 49 is the new standard. Well, how about that? How about I see your 49 and raise you a 52 for a 15 length. See, that is nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I can get rid of it. Okay, 52 is the new standard. Can we raise it? No. Is the answer to that. Let's go ahead and get headspace because it's a little bit shorter than Harley. And I'm hoping to pick up some better sponsorship because that's, not quite half this, or a little bit more than half, I should say. All right, we need better numbers. Oh, this is not it. This is not it. We're down to 34, 35. That's not too bad. Not too bad, but, I mean, as I talk about a lot, I'm spoiled now. I've seen 49, I've seen 52. So that's what I want every time. And we're just not getting it. We definitely don't want anything to do with these last two. I'll take the 11 sponsorship. I would prefer to go with the 2, but to save us a little time and headache, I'll go with the longer sponsorship there. All right, I see 41 and 84, 90. No, we don't want anything. No, that won't work at all. Boy, we got saved there. Yikes. Okay, so there we go. We've now got sponsors. We've got race finishes. We have got everything that we need except our drivers. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab this since we know our drivers haven't changed. Salaries haven't changed. So we'll grab that, bring it down, and just look. In these final 10 races, look at all the damage. That is no good. We don't want it. We don't want it. So now that we have taken care of that, back to the home screen. Oh yeah, $5.5 million. That will bring a smile to my face. It almost makes me forget a little bit about all that damage. All right. So it looks like we have reached the end of today's video. So we didn't quite make it over here to our DIRT Midget operation, but don't worry. Looks like next time we got a lot of races to run in the DIRT Midgets. And then after that, we're going to have some decisions to make. Do we move up into a new division? Maybe move some or all of these drivers into the DIRT Superlates? Or how about the next marketing level, which will affect the Cup Series only, but really start to give us some nice money? And we got a lot of things to consider, but that is the fun of the custom career mode and the career experience. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am.